Welcome back to another video. In this video, we will be styling our application. For that, we need to install Bootstrap. And what is Bootstrap? Bootstrap is world most popular front-end component library, and it is just CSS and JavaScript files, and it gives you bunch of classes that you need to add on your component or onto your HTML. So for installing Bootstrap, we need to go to our terminal, and here we will write npm install bootstrap hyphen save, and we need to install two more things. We need jQuery and popper.js. So we need to install both these things. So let's go to terminal and we will install npm install jQuery and popper.js. It's popper.js, yes, and let's enter. Now in index.js we need to import bootstrap. So import bootstrap, and we need to import the CSS as well. So import bootstrap slash dist slash CSS slash bootstrap dot min dot CSS. Now we are ready to use bootstrap. So let's start our application by writing npm start. So our application has been getting started. Okay. So now we will start modifying the application by writing some CSS styling. So this is the screenshot of the application or the to-do application which we are going to do. The end result will be something like this. I have took a screenshot of the to-do list which I have already created. So we need to use some classes, some bootstrap classes to make a to-do application like this. So here I'll be using card for this background. If you can see white background and there's a border. So for that I'll be using card. So if I go to bootstrap website and if I go to documentation, so here in the components you can find card, and so this is the class for card. It is a white background and with a border. So we need to use this card class. So let me go to app.js, and here we need to write the name of the class. So class name equals to card, and inside we need to make one more div with the name of the class card body. So here inside this div, I'll make one more div with a class name card body. And let's cut this div and paste it here. To format this code, for indentation, there is a shortcut key. In Mac, we can use Option Shift F. Okay, for Mac, Option Shift F. And if you are using Windows, so the shortcut key will be Alt Shift F. Okay, so let me save this. And if I go to the browser, okay, if I go to the browser, you can see there is a white background and there's a border as well. So now, so the thing is, it is too big. Okay, we need something like this. We need our box should be of this size. Okay, right? So for that we need to add one more div with a class name row. Okay, let me cut this div and paste it here. And here inside this div we need to add column. So call md 6. Okay, and in the row we need to add one more class which is justify. Okay, let me show you the result for this. Okay, so you will get an idea. So now the box size is of for 50%. Okay, first it was 100%, now it is 50%, but we want this box to be in center. For that we need to write justify content center. These are all inbuilt classes which are coming from Bootstrap. So if you can see, the box is 50% and it is in the center of the window. Okay. So now the next step is we need to go to our new to do form, and here we need to add some classes for the form. This input is not looking good, so we need to add some classes for that. Only one class, that is class name equals to form control. So this will style our input. So if you can see, this input has been styled, and now we need to make styling for this too. We need to make this bold, and this button is not looking good. So for that, for label, we need to add a class name equals to font weight bold, and for button we need to add class name equals to btn button, and the color should be green, so btn success. This is the name of the class for. So if you can see, the button is in green color. If you can see, if you want to see the styling for buttons, see here button. Okay, so these are the styling for button. For green color, we need to add btn success, and this is a common class button. For button, we need to add this class, and for different colors, primary, if you want blue color, you can have a class name btn primary. So you can add whatever color you want. Okay, and one more thing, this there should be some space in between this input and button. For that, we need to add margin top, sorry, margin top 2. Okay, so it will have some space from top, so it has given some space. So this styling is done for this input, and if I add any input, so here this styling is not good, so we need to go to our other component. Now we will go to to-do list, and here I'll be using list group. Okay, so let me walk you through that. In component there is list group, not input group. See a list group. So our the LIs will be look something like this. Okay, so for that we need to use this list group class. So in the UL, I'll just copy this class, and in the UL we need to add this class name, and let's paste it. Okay, this is for UL, and now we need to add this class list group item in the LI. So our LIs are in todo.js. So let's go in todo.js. Here we need to add some more things, like we need to add a span, because in li I need a class, and there is already a class name completed in this li. So let's do one thing. Let's first we need to add a class name. Okay, class name equals to list group items. Let me check the name, list group item. Okay, not items, it's item. And now so there is a duplicate class name, so we don't want that. So what I'll do is I'll use a span. So let me use a span for this, and I'll just cut this and I'll paste it here, and this class name completed, I will cut this whole thing and I'll paste it in the span tag. Okay, so now there will be no problem with this. Now button, for button we need to use class name btn and btn space btn success. Okay, so I'm using a common color, green color, for that. So again we need to copy this and we need to paste it here. So let's see the result for this. If I add a to do, here you can see the list has been generated and the edit and delete buttons are here, but I don't see the class success. Let's check it now. Let's add a to do. So yeah, but these buttons are not looking good. So what we'll do is, instead of this button styling, we will add some icon. So that for that we need to use font or some icon, that I'll come up with that. But right now we will just keep it. So, and if I edit this, you can see there's no styling for this. So Here we need to add a class name equals to form control. Let's save this and let's see if we are getting the style. Okay, we are getting the style. And if I add some more to dos, okay, so we are generating this li with this type. So now we need to fix this with a icon. So I'll get rid of this buttons and we'll place an icon. So now what is the next step we have to do is like there is no space in between this add to do button and the list. So in the list group, in to do list, in list group we will add a margin top of 2. Let's save this and let's go here in our to-do list. So now there's a space in between, but I think we need some more space. So let's keep it 3. Let's do it once again. So now there's a space. Now we need to fix this button. We don't need this button. So for that we need to install Font Awesome, which is an icon library. So for that we need to come to our terminal and I'll do Control C to stop the terminal and I'll write npm install Font Awesome -save and let's press enter. In the meantime, we'll import it here in we need to import the CSS for Font Awesome. So we'll need to write import and here we need to write Font Awesome slash CSS slash font hyphen awesome dot min dot CSS. Okay. So now our library has been imported and as well this installation has been done. So let's start the terminal npm. So let's start the application by writing npm start and let's save this file as well. Okay, so our application is being started. Let's go to the code and in todo.js here is the button which we don't need. So what I'll do is I'll write a span and here I'll write the class name. I'll not give a class name inside span. Instead, I'll write an I, which is the standard format for writing Font Awesome. So I, and it should be a class name should be FA for Font Awesome, and we are using for edit we are using the icon FA hyphen pencil. Okay, and here we need to write the on click. So let me copy this on click and I'll paste it here. Okay, and same thing goes for I'll give one more span and inside I'll write I. So this I should be self closed. Okay, and again this there should be I and inside I'll give a class name which is equal to fa hyphen trash for delete. Okay, so this is a self closed and here I'll write this copy this on click remove the function and we don't need this button. So let's save this. And now if I go to the browser and if I add a to do, so you can see this icons have been added, but these are not looking good. It should be beside this text. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this span, both the spans. I'll cut this span and I'll put it in the li. Okay, and I'll format it by pressing Alt Shift F. Let's save this and let's go back. Now let's add a to do. So now you can see that the icons have been on the side, but there's no spacing. So we'll write some CSS for that. So what I'll do is I'll go into to.js and I already wrote some CSS which I commented. So I'll uncomment it and I'll explain you. Okay, so for uncommenting command slash. So list group item span. So list group item. So where is list group item? So this is the list group item. So what it'll check is the list group item. Inside the list group item, it will check span and it will add the class for that. So I need margin right 10 pixel for my span. So I'll save it and if I go over here, you can see the margin right has been add it for this span. This is one span, this is another span, and this is also. So if I inspect and if I click on this icon and if I come back here, so here you can see this is one span. See, this margin right has been added. So if I uncheck it, the margin right 10 pixel will go away. So I need margin right of 10 pixels for all the spans. So here you can see there is a margin right orange kind of color. Okay, so here also and here also we have added a margin, and here we what I've done is like for I we need a cursor pointer. If I remove this cursor pointer, okay, so you will not see a hand. You will not see a hand. You will see an arrow. So I need a something which shows that here you need to click. For that, I have added a class cursor pointer for I. So now if I click, oh, the save button is not being styled. So let's do it in todo.js. Here is the button. So class name btn and btn success. Let me save this and let's go back here. So if I add a to do, if I add it, here is the button, but we need a margin top of 2 pixels. Sorry, margin top 2, not 2 pixels. So here it is. So now you can see if I change, it will change. Now if I add some more to dos, so you can see more to dos have been added, and here you can see if I delete, and this looks good actually. Okay, so this is it. The whole application has been completed, and the CSS part has also been completed. If I save, it will save. Okay, so now this looks good actually. And if you want to look some CSS classes for Bootstrap, so you can just refer this documentation. If I go on utilities, there are a lot of classes. Okay, spacing is there. So spacing I have used at margin top and all. So here it is, margin top 0 means margin top 0. Okay. Soon I'll be making a course on Bootstrap 4. So in that we will cover all the stuff. So right now, this React to do application has been completed, and this is it for this is it. And I'll see you in some other course or in some other lectures. So see you and take care.